All right, here for another episode of Offsides, and this is exciting. This is an exciting episode. Joe D joining me today this Monday morning. Are you excited?
Of course I'm excited because I was there with you when you were coming up with the idea.
Well, you helped me come up with the idea.
For the podcast. So now to see it off and running with multiple episodes. And I always ask Gabby, when do I get to make my debut? And here we are. I'm so excited to be part of this.
I'm so happy to have you here. It was funny because you did ask me one day, you were like, am I coming on the podcast today? And I looked at you and I said, nope. But I did tell you that it was going to happen. And thank you for pushing me to do this. So very grateful for you as always. And we're matching today.
Yeah.
We didn't plan that.
Nice job.
So you did such a cool story on one Bengals player recently that I just had to put on the show because one, it's an emotional story. I think it's one that probably a lot of people, because of who he is, don't necessarily know about it. But Tycen Anderson, I think he's one of the more undervalued players on this Bengals team just because of what he does on special teams, because we don't hear a lot about the guys that do, mostly just special teams. He leads the team in special team tackles the last 2 seasons. He's gone through injuries, entering his 4th year. I don't know. I think he has such a cool story, and he's not talked about a lot.
He's not. And I think it's interesting that the Bengals had 7 team captains this year, and they often have in the past had a special teams captain. They didn't have one this year, but I do think if they had a captain, it would be either Evan McPherson or Tycen Anderson for what he gives them in that part of the game. Now, Tyson's from Ohio, so he went to school at Toledo, was drafted by the Bengals. So Ohio is what he knows,
right?
And his family isn't far away that they can come watch him play all the time. And I think it's interesting that if you ask any athlete, any sport, football, basketball, baseball, you name the sport, every athlete has a why.
Right.
Why they do it. What's their motivation? And he posted this on his social media, the big moment when he bought his parents a house. And we've seen athletes do this a lot. This is a really cool thing that athletes are given this platform. They're given the means to do some really great things with the money they make playing such a high-profile sport. And what he did for his parents was not only heartfelt, it was fun. The moment was great. The story leading up to it was a lot of fun when he shared it with us. And I think it's a really cool thing that he posted the video because he showed his why, and sometimes I think that helps other athletes see, okay, that's a cool thing. Or even not just an athlete, somebody that can do something for anybody, including myself, who I don't make, obviously, NFL money, but I want to do cool things for people that I love. And to see someone do that, to me, was very inspirational.
Well, it's always nice doing something for someone and getting that kind of reaction that he got from his parents. But, you mentioned that a lot of athletes do this, and they do, but also a lot of guys are out there buying nice cars for themselves, buying nice houses for themselves, doing things for themselves. So I think it's really cool that he took his money and, he's not a Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow. He's not making these giant checks, but he took the money that he made and put it towards his parents' new house. Didn't you have a cool story about how they found out, about how he brought them to the house?
Yes, so he has a relative that's in the realty business. And so that relative helped him go through Zillow and try to find a place. So Tyson had the idea, look, mom and dad did so much for me. They sent him to a Catholic school in Toledo in high school to give him the best advantages they could to get him to where he could be. It cost a lot of money. As someone who pays for private school for my kids, it's a big deal. It's a hard thing.
All the dads out there,
a lot of sacrifices to send your kids to the school that Tyson's parents sent him to. So he wanted to pay them back. Now, his mom works, his dad works, but his dad's in the carpentry field. Okay? So he found the house he wanted. His last question about the house was, is this roof sound? Does this roof need to be replaced? And he thought, well, the one person I would ask in this situation would be my dad. So how do I go about asking my dad to come look at the roof of a house that I'm eventually going to give him as a surprise?
I would have caved right
of
there
course.
and then. I wouldn't be able to keep it up.
So he brought his dad over. The dad looked at the roof. His dad said, the roof's great. It's an unbelievable roof. It's a great house. This has no problems with it. So Tyson had the great idea of now gifting it to his parents. He paid for it, did all the paperwork. here comes the big day. It's right before he comes down to training camp to get his mind right for the 2025 season. How am I going to trick my dad, who already came to this house to, quote, look at the roof, and bring him back here now and gift this to him as a surprise? So he told his parents that there was somebody living at the house that had made specialty cleats for him for the start of training camp. So they pull up to the house. Mom's none the wiser. Yeah. But Dad's like, wait a minute.
We've been here before.
What's going on here? So Dad immediately knows something is up, but he can't put two and two together. Yeah. And Tyson paints the picture, and you'll see it and hear it during the interview, of his dad almost like arms folded at the car, trying to add this entire thing up. It out. Yeah. And he's like, Dad, just come on. Come inside. Little does Dad know, little, of course, does Mom know, that there are 15 to 20 people waiting inside to surprise them with their cameras out, ready to have a celebration. They did it right. They got it on video. And I thought that was a really fun part of the story, trying to do whatever you can to make sure you got the right place, had it checked out by the right people, but also keep the surprise at the same time.
Yeah, we're going to get, of course, more into the story when you do your interview with him. But also I wanted to say, when you were doing your story, you got video of him from his parents of him getting drafted, right? Because the reaction was amazing. An Ohio kid getting his name called by the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, that was, I think, one of the best draft videos, draft reaction videos that I've seen. Now, did he send that to you?
So here's the story behind that. So that was draft night in Toledo at his old house, his parents' old house, the one that he grew up in before he got them the new one. When the Bengals drafted him, we're really tight with some of the guys who work at the Gray TV station, which is our parent company in Toledo. Okay. And they sent us a text message, said, hey, we were at Tyson's draft party. We've got this great video. We got an interview with him if you guys want it for your show tonight. We said, of course we did. Yeah. But we didn't know what it would look like until it showed up in our inbox and we downloaded it and saw this video. It is so cool because Tyson's in this room, and I can't even estimate. It looks like there's 50 to 75 people. Oh my gosh,
it was packed. It was packed in this
a family room.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it was great.
And he's on the phone with the Cincinnati Bengals, and as soon as the call comes in, he yells, Mama! It's the Cincinnati Bengals! And the whole place goes nuts. Not only because Tyson got drafted, he got drafted in his home state. Yeah. Right down the road. The drive to Toledo is 4 hours from Cincinnati to Toledo.
Which doesn't happen often. I mean, it's...
And so he gets the chance now for his family to come down and watch him. So they go nuts inside this house. We get this great interview of him outside the house. Little did we know that several years later, we'd be doing a story about how they're moving from that house to a new house because of his success so far in the NFL.
I didn't know that. That's such a full circle moment and such a cool thing for Tyson. Okay, so on that note, we're going to get to Joe's interview with Tyson, talking all about the house, all about the planning. Joe, what a great story. I'm excited for everyone to hear this one.
10 minutes now. Tycen Anderson on the reveal of the big house surprise for his parents. Let's talk about this amazing moment you had with your family. Can you kind of give me the backstory of why you wanted to surprise your parents with a new house in Toledo?
It was my mom. My mom turned 50 September 3rd, so it was just wanted to surprise her with a home, and I felt like the time was now. My cousin had just got his real estate license back after having some stuff go down with it, and it was just the perfect time. Called my nana, called my sisters, and told them that I was looking for a home for them, and I swiped through my phone on Zillow through the list that my cousin sent me through the areas, and I probably swiped through like 200 homes, and we probably only visited probably 6 or 7 of them, but I found the one and chose from that, and we viewed it, and everybody agreed that it was the one, and it is the one because they love it.
Why was it important to you to give them that? Because you could do a lot for them, but you decided that a house was something that you wanted to give them. Why was that the idea for you?
Just learning. I've learned so much about just good assets, bad assets, good credit, bad credit, and understanding that my Lord and Savior tells me, for me, honor thy mother and thy father, and it was on my heart to do, and I've been learning a lot of stuff about real estate and stuff like that, so it just felt like the right thing to do.
Okay, when you said you were scrolling through Zillow
it met all the requirements from bedrooms to basement potential, nice big backyard. We got a big family, a sunroom, things like that. It just curb appeal. It just met all the requirements.
Okay, so you probably had this as a secret from your parents.
Oh, absolutely.
For a long time. How hard was it to hold this secret that you were in kind of the background working on this?
Yeah, it didn't really become hard until they visited me down in Dallas when I was training this offseason. And I'm like, dang, we about to go home we fly back on Sunday, and I'm surprising y'all with a new house on Monday. And y'all don't even know right now. And I want to tell y'all so bad, but I'm gonna just keep my mouth closed and I'm gonna reveal the surprise when it's time.
Okay, so tell me about the moment, the surprise. You had a lot of people there, and then your parents walk in and you get this amazing moment. Can you tell me what that moment was like?
No, that moment, it was kind of funny, because I mean, I told my dad that day, just meet me back at the house. My dad's a self-employed carpenter, so he makes his own schedule. My mom, she works at ProMedica Hospital. She's a secretary. She gets off work at 4:30. I tell my dad, meet me at the house at 4 o'clock. I signed the closing documents at like 1 p.m. that afternoon. I spent some time, go out to lunch with my videographer, a guy named Donnie down here, my cousin Antoine, who's the realtor. And we go to lunch after we sign the documents, get done signing the documents, go pick my dad up, tell my dad, hey, we about to go to Bubba's after we pick mom up. And after that, I'm going back to Cincinnati to start up on what's gonna be a great year. And I get in the car with my mom, and I'm like, okay, I get her, go in the job, go get her, say hi to all her coworkers, but I'm rushing her the whole time we in there. I'm like, Mom, come on. Like, Mom, come on. And she's just like, boy, why are you rushing me? Like, okay, I'm coming. I'm just like, I'm still on there like, Mom, come on. We gotta go. And she just think I'm just excited to go get dinner. And we get in the car, and I just tell her I gotta make one more stop, that I gotta get somebody doing some special cleats getting made for me, that I gotta go pick them up before I go to Cincinnati. And 2 weeks prior to this, so when we're pulling up to the house, but 2 weeks prior to this, my cousin, who's a realtor, he told my dad, like, that, Uncle Diggy, I need you to look at this roof for a client of mine, not knowing that the client was me. And so my dad went and looked at the roof for him, and he pretty much, he said, man, this roof looks amazing. There's nothing wrong with this roof at all. And then that's when I knew this was the house that we was gonna buy. And then, so now we fast forward, we're pulling up to the place, and my dad was just there 2 weeks before, and while he was looking around at the place, the person who, the buying agent who was selling us the property, the selling agent, I should say, who was selling it to us, he's like, what are you doing here, dude? Like, who are you? Like, why are you at my place? Like, why are you in my side yard? Why are you looking up at my roof? And so he like shunned him away and told him to get out of here. So as we're pulling up to the place, my dad's like, dude, I was just here. Like, call Antoine, call my cousin who's a realtor. Like, I was just here. And I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about? Like, this address got sent to me to go pick up these cleats. Like, can y'all come in here with me? Like, to go pick them up, come see it with me. And we get out the car. My dad keeps saying like, no, this not right, something not right. I was just here. They told me I couldn't come in there. And we hop out the car, and when we hop out the car, I'm walking towards the front door. My mom's coming with me. She's following me. And I kind of look back, and my dad is just leaned up against my truck. And I'm like, Dad, are you gonna come in? Like, and he just like, all right. And just started to come in, and then we got by the door, and then that's when you see the video that you saw, their reactions and stuff like that. So that lead up to that was pretty special, pretty cool.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Okay, so can you tell me what you felt when you got to see the reaction from your parents seeing their new home?
Honestly, I couldn't really even, it was just a surreal moment that I don't even remember. It was so many different reactions that I was catching that I wasn't really even, I was just so in the moment that I was catching my mama reactions. I would see my dad, then I would see my grandparents, then I would see my nana holding her camera, then I see my little sister over there crying. I see my daughter running up to me. I see my lady in the corner over here. I see my aunt jumping up and down. I see my other little cousins. I'm just like, it's so many reactions that I'm getting in that moment, so that I really couldn't even embrace the moment until I'm glad we caught it on video, for real, and it was a special moment.
So you've gone back and watched it on video.
Come on now.
How many times?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I watch it. I probably watch it every day. I watch it multiple times a day. I don't know. I watch it a lot. Not as much lately, but I watch it a ton.
What do you feel when you watch it?
Love, a lot of compassion, a lot of thankfulness, a lot of joy, a lot of family, a lot of unity. That's what I feel when I watch it.
How important was this for you? Because obviously your parents are getting the house, but this has to be rewarding for you to do something like this. How rewarding was this?
No, yeah, this was super rewarding. I feel like this is probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life, for sure, by honoring my mom and my dad. And they've done so much to me from the days when my mom was waking up at 5 a.m. to take me to the bus stop that I had to get to at 5:45 a.m. to bus out to St. John's every day. Her making those time commitments from getting off work. I played 3 sports in high school, from her getting off work after working a long day job and coming all the way out to St. John's to come get me from practice day in and day out. So I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot, and I'm grateful to be in this position now to be able to reward them for all the blessings and sacrifices that they helped me get to where I am now.
You made the NFL, which is a very hard thing to do,
sure.
But yet you still call this the best thing you've ever done.
Yeah. For sure, it's easily the best thing I've ever done. This is just, the NFL was just a stepping stone for me to continue to let my light shine in different ways. So I'm just glad that I could honor my mom and dad and give them what they deserve.
What's your mom's reaction to her new house been?
Man, she loved it. Obviously, they just slept there for the first time maybe like 3 days ago or so. But yeah, she loved it. She having her friends over, they kicking it in the little sunroom. My dad out on the house already came with a little fire pit. My dad out there putting sticks together for the fire pit. I don't know if they made s'mores that night, but I'm sure some s'mores gonna get made out there pretty soon. Yeah, it's just a lot of love, a lot of family members coming by to just help out around the house. Nobody has lived in that house for a few years. It was a fix and flip house, so just getting all the weeds handled. My dad wanted to remove a tree from the front of the house, things like that. And just everybody just coming around and just helping out, because my parents do a lot of good for so many different people. And you can tell they do a lot of good for so many people because so many people are coming around to celebrate them in their moment.
You're like the son of the year.
Whatever you want to call me. I'm just trying to be a good son and a good man.
Have you gotten a sense just how much they appreciate what you did for them?
Oh, for sure. Heck, I'd probably say last night was one of the times where I felt the most love and appreciation for it, for sure.
All right, so for those watching on YouTube, I'm not gonna get mad if you have like a tear, because when I first saw that story, I honestly got a little emotional. Just such a cool thing, especially someone that we get to see all the time do something like that. It's really inspirational. And I think a lot of the guys, like, we don't talk to Tyson a lot. We don't really, cover him too much, but I do always see him in the locker room talking to other guys, talking to a lot of the young guys. I mean, 4 years. He's one of the older guys now. I think a lot of the younger guys look up to a guy like Tyson, and seeing him do something like that, you have to think it doesn't only inspire guys in that room, but other kids that has parents that have worked so hard, taking them to practices every day, going to all these games, seeing them do something like that, I think definitely sparks some inspiration in some younger kids.
The secondary here in Cincinnati is so young. So to have a guy that feels like the adult in the room, I mean, that feels like him, because you think back to past years, some of the safeties the Bengals have had. Von Bell was one of the most mature guys on the Bengals roster. Jesse Bates was that way. So for them to have a guy like Tycen Anderson, who's setting the example of putting other people first, I think is a great example for him to set. And look, you talk about athletes and the sacrifices parents make. When we went down to New Orleans a few years ago, and we spent some time with Jamar Chase's parents, and Jamar Chase grew up in a bit of a tough part of town outside of New Orleans. His dad saw pretty young that Jamar was going to be special, and the sacrifices that not only the parents made, but Jamar made for him to go to a school that gave him every advantage possible that he could have. He would have to wake up at the 4 o'clock hour in the morning every morning
it's a huge
to make
commitment.
the long commute to get there, to lift weights before school, to do football practice, then come home late at night, do homework, and go straight to bed at 10 o'clock and repeat that cycle over and over again. You don't wonder why some of these guys have made it to the level where they are because of the work ethic, but also the parents. And that's what this story is about. It's about Tyson. It's about the parents, what they did for him, and him giving back to the parents. Again, we go back to everybody has a why, right? And I hope that a lot of the people who see this understand the why for Tycen Anderson. And I also hope they see the finished product too, because putting the pictures and putting the video together with everything that Tyson did in that interview to me really made it sing.
You're a dad. What would it mean to you if one of your 3 boys did something like that for you after all the early mornings, all the school pickups, all the basketball practices? I mean, just putting yourself in those shoes, what would something like that mean to you?
2-part answer here. So my oldest turned 16 recently, and the family plan was that he was going to get my car, and I was going to buy a new one. And finally get myself a nice new car.
I remember you saying that for a long time.
And the sacrifices parents make, we get this new used car, and it's a lot nicer than mine, and guess which one I'm driving? Still driving my old hunk of junk, and my son's driving around in a decent car. But those are the sacrifices you make for your kids. I tell my kids this, and to answer your question, of course, it would be amazing for them to go out and do anything remotely close to this.
Yeah.
But I think as parents, when you have children, you just want them to be present in your life. And I tell my kids all the time that I don't expect you to be Tycen Anderson and buy me a house or be Jamar Chase and take care of your parents the way they did. Because when we went to New Orleans, there was a really nice car
I'm sure there
in Jamar Chase's driveway. And his dad's like, that's for me.
Yeah.
And they earned that for everything they did.
Yeah.
I tell my kids all the time, the only thing I ask of you when you're adults is come home for Christmas.
Okay.
That's all I want. Just be here for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I think parents ask for such small things in return. And that to me would be the one thing that I would, if I were to be a dad here in a dad moment, it would be just come home for Christmas.
Boys, you better be listening. He's not asking for a Maserati. He's just asking for you to come home. He's just asking for you. Maybe put a nice gift under the tree for you. That'd be nice.
That'd be great. I'd love it.
All right, Joe. Well, thank you so much for coming on. That was so much fun. Love that story. You're going to be a regular. So I hope you're ready.
And you know what's funny too, G, is there's this saying in the line of business we do that there's no such thing as a dumb question.
Yeah.
One of the questions I cut out of that interview was me asking Tyson, so was the new house an upgrade? He looks
I hope so.
Of course it's an upgrade.
He's got NFL money. He can afford an upgrade.
But the whole idea was I wanted you to tell me more about the upgrade and not just it being an upgrade too.
Yeah, like how many bedrooms are we talking?
He said it's got everything they need. He went into some of his parents' favorite parts.
And it's in the Toledo area.
It is.
Okay.
Yes, and his visual of the dad out there at the fire pit, you know, a lot of people here at work call me Unc.
Yeah.
So I can imagine Unc in the backyard with his fire pit doing dad
Grilling.
things. I love it. Yes, really.
Yeah.
I'm an Unc.
Yeah.
It's a fire Unc.
You're not an Unc. You're just.
Yeah. I'm just a dad.
You're a fun Unc.
Fun Unc.
All right, Joel. Thanks so much.
Of course.
All right. Another episode of Offsides in the books. Looking forward to next Monday. Every Monday, wherever you find your podcast, comes out every Monday morning, 9 a.m. Also on all of our Fox 19 digital platforms and YouTube. See y'all next Monday. Thank you so much.